institutions of higher learning are offering similar local and international curriculum. Considering the above, the researcher is interested to address the question of what are the challenges of introducing entrepreneurship training in Botswana. I would like to make, to make it clear that this is a proposal. It is a proposal. The research has not been done. It's a proposal to carry out a research. Now, this research would lead to a revision of present high unemployment of 17.8 in Botswana, improve the standards of living of Botswana. Botswana's Vision 2016 refers to the expansion of small and medium-sized enterprises. The growth for small enterprises demands involving the citizens with entrepreneurial skills. Identifying critical social and economic benefits of entrepreneurship nationally and regionally, and to provide important feedback to tertiary institutions in curriculum development. The objectives of the research will be to expose entrepreneurship training in all tertiary institutions in Botswana, all of them. To come up with a module in the academic studies of entrepreneurship for everybody in these tertiary institutions, an entrepreneurship module. And therefore, to establish a support for this curriculum by all relevant stakeholders. I'm suggesting that everybody going through tertiary institutions in Botswana, whether it's computing, engineering, business, accounts, whatever it is, everybody goes through this module. So it will require the support of all relevant stakeholders. And the study will determine the course content. The question that will be addressed will be, what are the challenges of introducing entrepreneurship in Botswana? And to deal with this, there'll be sub-questions. What entrepreneurship curriculum is currently being offered in Botswana? Is there any coordinated effort towards entrepreneurship training in Botswana? Are the current programs offered relevant to the current and the future global challenges? Is there a rationalized approach in entrepreneurship development, implementation, and evaluation. Well, there'll be literature review in relation to entrepreneurship, economic development, and the Botswana situation. Entrepreneurs have been defined as aggressive and catalyst to change, and have been compared to Olympic athletes challenging themselves to break new barriers. Entrepreneurs are the heroes of today's marketplace. They start companies and create jobs at breathtaking pace. We are talking about employment creation jobs. For an entrepreneur to be successful, they need certain skills, such as ethics, accounting, customer care, law, finance, team building, market, all these skills, they need these skills. And this calls for an entrepreneurial module in the curriculum. Not for business people only, not for those who are studying entrepreneurial, everybody to be introduced to this. Now, I said we have entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs. An entrepreneur is that person who starts their own business and they become self-employed. Those are entrepreneurs. But we also have intrapreneurs. They're also called corporate entrepreneurs. Corporate entrepreneurs. These are people who have got the right work ethics. People who are very creative. And people who will help their organizations to grow. They'll understand the organizations and they'll do everything possible to make the organizations expand and create more jobs. So what I'm saying here is that if everybody goes through this module, you'll be able to fit anywhere. Everybody will fit somewhere. And will create more jobs. Entrepreneurs will start businesses and create jobs wherever they are. Intrapreneurs will be employed. And where they're employed, they'll be very productive and help those organizations expand and create more jobs. So everybody should go through this module. Well, about economics. Economics basically is concerned with the struggle to achieve happiness in a world full of limitations. Resources are never enough. Nowhere in the world, resources. Well, these resources are the factors of production, what makes us produce goods and services, which we need for survival and our happiness. In order to improve on limited resources, economic development is a must. This calls for invention and innovation, which can only be achieved to a large extent through entrepreneurs. They are innovators. Entrepreneurs are innovators. Be they be self-employed or be they be employed by the organizations. So we need these people so that there can be economic development. Entrepreneurship, therefore, is key to this economic development and human happiness. Coming to Botswana, the economy is becoming more skills intensive. The output from the education and the training system has been unable to meet the needs of the industry. A lot of people have talked about this. Botswana is still importing labor from other countries. And people are unemployed in Botswana. According to Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, education has to work for the common good. In Botswana, most businesses are financed by CEDA and LEA. And to get funding from these organizations, they require business proposals and other requirements. Most of our students who are leaving our institutions do not have these skills. So you'll find them, say, with an idea, they have a business idea, but they don't have the funds. But the funds are available, but they don't know how to write a business proposal. That's the problem. So if they can be given these skills while they are in universities, it will make a big difference. Still talking on Botswana, according to Vision 2016, Botswana hopes to be an education hub. This will definitely contribute towards economic diversification. The country needs to diversify. And education will be an export. People will be coming from all over the world. There's a lot of peace in Botswana. That plus good education will bring people here. And Botswana, just like countries like United Kingdom, USA, will be exporting education. A lot of money will be coming here rather than going out. The study, just a reminder that this is a proposal. It's not a research. So this study may be limited by cooperation of some stakeholders, such as other institutions, government departments, some NGOs, etc. Time may also be a limiting factor, especially where there are other priorities. The investments required, especially in terms of finance, is quite substantial. Those are some of the limitations. The proposed study will require a combination of qualitative and quantitative. It's a combination of that. So questionnaires are proposed as data collection tools and focused groups. A multi-stage sampling method would be used, where institutions would be divided into technical colleges, universities, teacher colleges, and 2 institutions from each category will be selected. And SPSS software would be used for data analysis. What are the expected outcomes of the proposed study in Botswana? That is, the challenges affecting entrepreneurial training in Botswana. That is the study, the challenges affecting the introduction of entrepreneurial training in Botswana. So the outcomes will be to come up with justification for introducing entrepreneurial training as a generic component for all higher education institutions in Botswana, to come up with a rationalized entrepreneurship curriculum module and other related materials, a recommendation on institutional support by the government of Botswana, recommend a nationally coordinated program structure. And in conclusion, Botswana must consider seriously introducing entrepreneurship training in its curriculum for tertiary education institutions, because globalization process demands greater emphasis on creating jobs. The major victims of globalization will be our graduates. If we all do is to prepare for someone's enterprise, not their own, they should be prepared for all. Botswana's Vision 2016, pillar number 2, states that Botswana should be a prosperous, productive, and innovative nation. In order to achieve this pillar, I am convinced that Botswana must incorporate entrepreneurship training in all its higher education institutions. This will generate interest in creating employment, wealth, and contribute to economic growth and economic diversification that the nation needs desperately.